1950s, racial segregation in public schools was normal across America. Although all the schools in a district were supposed to be equal, most black schools were inferior to their white ones. She lived in a little town named Topeka. She walked a mile to the closest black school, a mile, while the white school was only 7 blocks away, was 7 blocks away, but the black one was a mile away. Her daddy, his name's Oliver Brown, didn't think that this was fair, so he tried to get her into the white school, but the principal said no. He said no. So Oliver Brown went to the NAACP to talk to McKinley Burnett and ask for help. And they said, sure, Mr. Brown, we'll help you out because we don't think this is right. The U.S. District Court for the District of Kansas heard Brown's case from June 25th through 26th, 1951. The NAACP argued that segregated schools sent the message to black children that they were inferior to whites. On June of 1951, the U.S. heard of things spoken about a case. They heard Brown's case. Expert witness Dr. Hugh testified blacks feel like poo compared to whites with all their rights. He said education can't be equal if blacks and whites go to different preschools. It's not right. No, it's not right. But the Board of Education argued and said that segregated schools only prepared kids for their adult life, and also that it wasn't harmful at all because many African Americans who went to segregated schools had successful futures. Segregation is the best, it's good for you and me. Now the court didn't know what to do because they thought that a sense of inferiority does affect the African Americans' children's education. But they didn't want to overturn Plessy v. Ferguson, so they sided with the Board of Education. They didn't know what to do, so they sided with the Board of Education. Homer Plessy was part black, but could pass for Caucasian. He challenged the Separate Car Act by sitting in a white section and identifying himself as black. This led to the Supreme Court case Plessy v. Ferguson, which said the precedent that separate facilities for blacks and whites were constitutional as long as they were equal. 1st, 1951, Brown's case was combined with 3 other similar cases that were held in South Carolina, Virginia, and Delaware to once again fight for integration in public schools.